Now I'm here. There we go.
I'm really happy that you are with us today because, and it's the situation that happening here. It's really miracle. I mean, we did not have any idea about how it is in the international cooperation movement, you know, things. And for me, you are one of the persons with whom I get this personal contact in this event. And actually, I'm thinking that we have the same values as I feel it, you know, as as just a person. We're not speaking a lot about exactly what we are doing, but I understand that you're the person who is connecting people, you know, the same as me.
I'm in communications, and so are you.
Yeah.
We both talk a lot.
Yeah. Sergey is other type of guy who is doing the things, you know, who is the system guy, who is doing, he's engineer, he's PhD, he's a professor in a university. He's an entrepreneur also. He was one of the biggest packagers of Ivan chai. You know, it's like sort of Russian type of chai that the people get it from a forest. And he was agricultural cooperation and many other things. Серж, ты включил переводчик?
Yes, да. Ты скажи, что я плохо говорю по-английски.
Сереж, скажи что-нибудь. Say something in English, please.
No problem. No criticism.
No. He have to try. He have to start.
Yeah.
I was born in
Only practice.
West Siberia, in Tyumen, Tyumen region. Вот. Сколько у нас градусов? Минус 20.
So it's like my native city is Ufa, and Tyumen it's after the Ural Mountains. It's inside Siberia, western part of Siberia. It's most oil richest region of Russia and gas.
Oh, I have to look up on the map.
Yeah, no problem. You will get it. But he's a sort of international person, actually, by his mind. Unfortunately, he's not speaking English well, but he is in this way, you know.
No problem. You know, study and you pick it up. Artificial intelligence. Study.
Yeah.
Get there.
And this is our point also, you know, that the thing what we want to do in March, that to do this translation automatically for any language, any person from who even doesn't speak English, you know. We will try to do the things like that. So, and for me, it's also interesting, you know, to introduce you how we understand the forums and events in cooperation type of doing, you know. And it's really interesting to see the infrastructure, how you are doing your events and your ideas about this summit that you're doing. And you will represent to our auditory that it's like sort of, well, okay, it's like hundreds people are looking anyway, not thousands, but we are moving for the thousands, you know, and that is why we're recording this our negotiation.
So what is this that you have in mind? I don't get it, because I can explain to you what we have been doing, but I think you already know. And
No, listen. I know, but the auditory does not. So if you have
so you're going to be showing this?
Yeah. If you have sort of presentation, you can do it now, and it will be some people who are interested in this topic, for whom would be interesting. They could visit. Summit,
okay. So let me open it here, because I was not expecting. I didn't know exactly what you had in mind, so I was not expecting. You see, but I can open our sponsor deck, and I can show you. Yeah.
I'm thinking this is the best podcast that when people are not prepared to anything, you know, because it's like nobody expected nothing. So that is why it's the best way of doing the things.
Okay, so I can make a presentation for you now.
Yeah.
If you let me share with you the sponsor deck.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, so here we go. Can you see it?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so this is our event called Global Innovation Co-op Summit. And Global Innovation started in 2020. I'm going to talk about the past events later, but we have recently turned it into a cooperative. So now we are members of our own cooperative, and we're welcoming people to join this cooperative called the International Cooperative Innovation Network. And this cooperative has two products, which is the Global Innovation and the Community of Practice. So these two products are part of the International Cooperative Innovation Network, okay? And what is our vision? It's to build a global network. So we want to connect with the world, yeah, to work on innovation, connect, inspire cooperative leaders, cooperative communities. Our mission is to promote innovation, collaboration among cooperatives and mutualist enterprises, address global challenges, share expertise, help people to network. And the values are the same as the ICA: mutual aid, responsibility, democracy, equality, equity, solidarity. So it's a solidarity co-op. Okay, now what can we offer? The two products I just mentioned, which is Global Innovation. This year, it's going to talk about the tipping points. I can go over that later. But there will be 9 plenary sessions, 12 workshops, case studies, etc. What do we mean by 9 plenary sessions? It's like this. We don't want to have a speaker on stage all the time. There will be keynote speakers from everywhere, international speakers, but we also want people to participate as speakers. So we are going to have 4 rooms with roundtables where people will discuss certain topics that we will, raise. We'll raise the subject and people will discuss, and this will be reported in the plenary sessions. So this is an interactive work where everybody participates, everybody comes up with ideas, everybody shares, everybody networks. So it's also a possibility for participants to do business. It happened last year in Montreal. We had our event, not last year, 23. This happened in 23 where people did a lot of business. They, because they work together, sat at the same table with people of their interests. So this is what's going to happen. The official languages will be Portuguese, as this is going to be in Portugal, English and French. We cannot, unfortunately, put all the languages in the world, but if we have many Russians participating, this is something that we can work on or do artificial intelligence. We'll see. So this is global innovation. I'll get into more details on that because that's my area. I am global innovation. And there is the international community of practice. This is with my colleague, Jean-Louis Bancel, who was the former vice president of the ICA, and he was involved. He was president of Crédit Mutuel, a bank in France. He's from France, and he's one of the founders. We are 5 founders. I can show you here. This is us. This is Jean-Louis Bancel. So he was the former president of Coop FR, Crédit Cooperative, and Cooperatives Europe. He was not the ICA, he was Cooperative. He was the president of Cooperatives Europe. Then there is Stéphane Bertrand, and Jean-Louis is in charge of the community of practice. Stéphane Bertrand works with the financial part of the events, global innovation and the community of practice, together with Luis Branco. Stéphane is from Canada, and Luis is a Brazilian guy like myself who lives in Portugal. And Luis is the CEO of Wax Business, so he does other events as well, and I work with him, And Stéphane Bertrand was responsible for the Quebec Summit, together with Joanne Lechasser. The two of them did the Quebec Summit, which was sponsored by Desjardins, right, in 2012, 14, and 16. And here's myself. I am the director of communications now, but I was responsible for the International Cooperative Alliance exhibitions in 2008, 2008, 2010, 2012, and I've been doing many other events for cooperatives together with Luis Branco. Okay, so going back to, this is just to introduce you to my partners. So going back to where we are, where we were, I can offer, we offer now global innovation, the community of practice, and we can also organize events for cooperative members. We can offer the content, we can offer a program, facilitators, speakers, whatever, communication, websites. for other countries, other people, cooperative members who want to do an event. And okay, so the communication of practice this year will start in February. This is what you were interested in, right, Mansur, when we were talking in Delhi. And I told you it was going to be on responsible artificial intelligence, ethics, and stuff like that. So it will start next month. It will be held once a month. There will be 9 webinars. So this is online. And it will address specific topics for co-ops. This year, artificial intelligence, and it's Jean-Louis who is organizing this. So this is not my role. I can give you information, but it's not me. I'm not ahead of this. I am ahead of global innovation. But if you want more details, you can go to our website if you like. If you want, I can stop sharing, or later I'll stop sharing and I go to our website and I'll show you more about this. Okay, then here, the next slide is on the past events. Now we are talking again about Global Innovation Cooperative Summit. So not the community of practice and not the cooperative, the summit. We had in our past events 5,000 attendees from 90 countries. Actually, we started in 2020 during the pandemic. So it was impossible, obviously, to have an in-person event. And the reason why we started this is because Joanne Lechassier from Canada, Luis Branco, and myself were doing an event for the United States called Singularity University Exponential Co-op. And this event was going to be held in Manchester in June 2020. Obviously, it didn't happen because of the pandemic. We had to cancel, like all other events on the planet. And we decided to do our own event. So we gave up with the Singularity University event, and we started our own event, which is not on technology, but it's on innovation, etc. Joanne was responsible for writing the program for the Quebec Summit. So she's the one who's responsible for doing the program in our events now. So we had in November 2020, we had our first online event. Yeah, we discussed innovation, leadership, and technology. April 21, we showcased a unique ability of cooperatives to consistently adapt and innovate to meet their needs. September 21, we went more into details about technology. Are we missing something human? So we talked about the future of digital life. And then November 21, we had our last virtual event. It was about cooperative identity. All right, it was successful. We had many participants. So we said, why not try something in person? So we tried Paris. We did Paris. It was a hybrid event. So you could have done it online or in person. So we did not have many attendees online. We had 200. It was not a big event. It was the first. Mm-hmm. And people were still afraid of the pandemic. So it was a small event. It was at Crédit Agricole, a bank in Paris. Mm-hmm. And it was new times, new challenges, the transition zones. So it was a 2-day event. And that's how we started in person. And then the year after, 23, we had Montreal. And, it was divided. It was only in person. And it was divided into 3 topics. Together we lead, let's get circular, and living digital. So it was way bigger. We had 400, almost 300, almost 400 participants. And it was at the Desjardins University, Alphonse and Dorimène Desjardins, HEC, in Montreal. And again, Joanne and Jean-Louis wrote the program. And it was very nice. It was a big event. And then next year, Torres Vedras, Portugal. It will be in Portugal. And then now we skipped actually 24. So it was 22, 23. And in 24, we built our cooperative. So we spent the whole year working on INSEE, the International Network of Cooperatives. So no time to do 2 things at the same time. So we just focused on the cooperative. And now 25, we are going to be in Portugal facing the tipping points. Do you know what the tipping points are? I don't know if you do, but I didn't.
No, what it is tipping points?
The tipping points are the challenges that the planet is suffering,
Okay.
climate change,
Okay.
floods and droughts, you know,
Yeah.
or circular economy, the trash, and you know, all these things like the trees that are dying, the animals, and you know, in extinction, under extinction, all these things that you know are causing harm to the planet. They're called the tipping points. So we're going to be facing these tipping points, and it's the path of cooperative innovation for a better world. So we are aligned with the United Nations. So this is the International Year of Cooperatives, right, by the United Nations. So we have invited the Secretary General of the United Nations to participate because he's Portuguese. And he's friends with the president of the bank where the event is going to be held, and we are aligned with the international year. We are covering the SDGs. You know, there are only 5 years to 2030 where we're planning to fight poverty and climate change and all these things. You know, it's a short time, so it's a lot to catch up. And so we are going to give our contribution with the event in Portugal. Also, the president of Portugal has been invited. We're looking for sponsors. You know that we 5 founders work pro bono, and this is our legacy that we want to leave, you know, to the cooperative sector. So we organize this. We're a small team. We're just 5 people, and we do this for our love of, you know, the cooperative sector, and because we have hopes that this will grow also, and we want to bring in the young generation, you know, so that this grows and the cooperatives leaders get inspired by what's happening globally. So here are the details, the technical information. So it's going to be held 27th and 28th of October. And this is the address, right? In Torres Vedras is a small town, half an hour away from Lisbon. It's very near Lisbon. So, but there's plenty of hotels. We have already blocked the hotel rooms for our participants, and we are expecting 550 attendees, you know, because that's how many people we can have. It will be from 9 to 5 in person. And, you know, the 3 languages we're going to offer, as I said before, English, French, and Portuguese. It will be sponsored by the Agriculture Credit Union, the bank. This is the place here in the background. And so they are our host, and it's an agricultural credit union, and they are making all the efforts to turn this into a successful event. They are going to be helping us invite speakers and local participants, and so it's going to be a nice event. And the ticket fees, the price for early bird is 270 euros, and we give a 5% discount for groups, and standard 300. It's not an expensive event.
No, it's not expensive.
It gives access to all plenary sessions and workshops. Like I said, the workshops will be everybody working together. So you'll have opportunities to meet the speakers. They're going to be there, right? And this includes also the lunch every day and 4 coffee breaks, 2 coffee. So there's going to be a coffee break in the morning, another coffee break in the evening, and it's a good coffee break and lunch. So networking opportunities and the languages as I explained to you. So this is basically it. So this is us. And thank you. You got it. So
yeah, so nice.
Yeah, so this is basically what we do. If you want to have a look at our website, I can show you real quick. But this is something that you can.
Yeah. Like a presentation of a website, it's important.
Yeah, and if you want, I can send you the sponsor deck later so you can have a look. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want let's talk. I just want this. Wait, let's see here. Wait just a sec. I'm going to open this. Let me share this with you here. Oops. Share. Here we are. So this is our website. So there's a carousel as you open. The first image is global innovation. And the second one is the cooperative. It's about the cooperative, so you can visit the website of the co-op. And the third one is the community of practice. So Mansur, if you want to join, here's all the details, you know, the introduction of the project, yeah, and what it includes, and what's a community of practice, and if you want to join, it's here. Go.
Nice, nice, nice. You will send the link, yeah.
Will definitely. So yeah, you can go and browse, and yeah, but that's you get information on the cost and everything else. It's not expensive. It's something that it includes. It's for 9 months, one meeting a month, and we expect about 20 people in each meeting. Always the same people, always the same team, and the results will be reported at Global Innovation in Portugal. So this is it. We did a lot of talking.
No. Very, very cool. I mean, it's a pleasure to hear all this.
Christine, I have good motivation to learn English, guys.
Yeah, you see, good opportunity to learn about sustainability, innovation, and English, and make friends.
Yeah. You see that, Sergey, can you imagine that this beautiful woman, she's not English-speaking country, she's a Portuguese girl, a Brazilian actually.
I'm Brazilian.
How fluent English, I'm really high level. It's a pleasure to speak with such a person.
You too.
Thank you. But we are trying.
No, you do great. You do very well. I'm in Rio at the moment, but I'm heading back to Portugal in March. So nice. I am a Brazilian Portuguese. My grandparents were Portuguese.
Yeah. As you said, yes, before, it's interesting that you're just like you're actually for both sides of the planet, of our small starship.
Yeah, Portugal is the same size as Rio. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Funny, yes. So maybe, for us as a feedback for all that you show, it's really interesting for us because I tried this in ICA Congress this as a participant, and I saw that the most interesting part was this co-paton that I had part. It's like a sort of instruments that you are making things together, for days, and it was the most interesting part. So for us also, it's this type of things that our forums and festivals were doing sort of like a point where people meet each other, it's like a communities meet each other, and with whom you can start projects. This is the main point. I mean, because we're also about the deal, first body, then deal, then relationships, if you, people have to want you.
Yeah. And I think the relationship is one of the most important things, because by making friends, you do business and you learn, you exchange, you learn, right? So it's important to be in person in places like this. I think better than online.
Yeah. And for us, it's to integrate for the structure of the festival by itself, the mechanisms that create cooperative automatically. It's like a games that people don't understand actually what's going on, but as the mechanic by itself create the community and create the virtual cooperative for 1 hour, for example, in the game. And after the game, people understand that something happened. So this is the things that we are trying to do. And I think it's time to show a little bit for you, audience, because this will be linked in YouTube, and you can share with the people what we are doing also, sort of, Sergey, we can start actually. Сереж, можем начинать? So this is like, we are АРТЕЛь. АРТЕЛь is a Russian word for the co-op, yeah? And this is one of the ways of traditional cooperation between the people, as it's sort of a mix of a partnership and a community, yes? And this is like two guys who start all this story with a digital story as the environment of cooperative interaction of communities. Dasha? So this is like a challenges, that we have. So we need to do the projects more longer than not like 1 year or 5 years, as we're saying, but 10, 30, 50 years. And this is hard. But we have to, because if you want to just to think as the nature side, so we have to do that. And the challenge is also when you will get the big project, you know, if it's like a big story, so you will get a lot of participants there, 100, 200 more, and how you will manage all this. And the pain of the communities is that they get community, but they don't know what to do after that. Okay, we have interested of that, I don't know, we are bikers. Okay, what is the next step? And as we catch, you know, if we're speaking about our country, we understand that, for example, our society is very atomized, you know, and official statistic is that we have less than 2% of economy in cooperative cooperation. That's just it. It's like a challenges that we have. So now it's the solutions. So first of all, we have to understand that you have to start from your mentality, that it has not to be sprint running. It's a marathon. So it's a long distance way. So you have from a very beginning to understand that this is a long story for all the life. And the way of transformation of this individual consciousness for collective entrepreneurship, it's really like a challenge. And but you have to do that. And we're thinking that the future of the planet, it's not countries, it's and it's not cities, big cities. It's a micro communities of new technological order, and it will be like a nodes of intellectual network of humanity. Yes. So you have to prepare this. You have to prepare as this community could self-organize each other, how they can finance the projects by themselves, not waiting banks, you know, and how to make this self-governing, a self-education system, you know. So, and we are doing through this technology of mutual learning as a platform where every person become a teacher, and he also can be an alumni. And we are making this cooperation academy named Good for Good, or in Russian it's Добро за добро. Дальше. So, and we have sort of technologies. We understood that you have to make this, you know, digital avatar, digital story in cooperative way. That is why we are making all this story. And the point is to start with from a places like an international network of villages, communities based on like nature-like technologies. And between these people, we want to use these methods of communication, say trialogue. Trialogue, it's like a dialogue, but it's also the third person there. So, and you do it like a circles without any interruption. You know, you are waiting your turn, and then you're writing. If you have something come to your mind, you are writing. So it gives your way of creating something new that was not before at the beginning of this trial. We tried many times. It's fantastic. It works. And also we are looking for this, environmental equivalent exchange. So because we understand that this world, it's not like that. It's not equivalent exchange now, because we have fiat system money, and you know, as the banks is working. So, and we are based our economical system on the works of Johann Silvio Gesell. He's a guy from Austria, but he lived in Argentina. He's sort of partly Argentinian person, where he wrote his book, National Economical Order. So it's like our basic book where, and we made our longest experiment in my village. For 2 years, we have this system that worked on the principle of Silvio Gesell. And of course, the main thing between us is that we have system of this. The fourth point is the system. We say it's the name of this story is compass, but it's like the main thing there. The word is adequate. You are looking for adequate people, your people, you know, with the values that you have. Seriously, the last page, actually, I'm finishing, you know, all this pathos.
Trying to understand, this is complex, yeah.
Yeah. Just like, because it's sort of so what we are doing. So what is our mission? Yes, our mission of International Movement of Collective Entrepreneurship. So to serve as the guide on the path of entrepreneurs to an equivalent exchange of knowledge and experience, goods, services, and innovative solutions for the formation of ecosystem of international cooperation of communities as the node, of the intellectual network of humanity. Intellectual network of humanity. And this is the picture from our first festival where 40 people come through all the Russia, and we made this such a meeting with our technologies, and we create there that we create that we start know each other, like, because before we were only online, only through the internet. And this is my place actually near my native city, Ufa. And I'm sitting there with my son, Idel. So our words is make planet great again. Build the team, join the game. So, and I'm really sure that this is a big, really huge, but it's a starship where the people don't understand that they are the team. It's like a metaphor of our planet. It's a great, big starship. And you know that in 1 second, we are moving for 30 kilometers. 1, 2, 3. It's almost 100 kilometers every second. So it's a great big starship. And our point is just to give technologies for the people in this starship start understanding that they are not just like passengers, but they could be a part of the team of this great game that is our life.
So let me see if I got this straight. How do you intend to do this in practice? How does it work?
Yeah, we will show you. We will show you. Right technologies. We will go to the website, and we are moving there now. Все, вопрос прилетел, Сереж. А как вы это делаете? So this is the story that we will do these 3 days. It's online. Everything. It will take every day 4 hours, and we are doing a package of 3 technologies that we are having together. It's 3 steps that we are doing, and we are showing how it could be. So first day, we're starting from a network, and we're doing sort of a reputation network. Second day, we are doing reputation foresight. So it means that if in the first day we are just making micro deals between each other, and we are looking how the person reacts for that. Of course, you couldn't do the deal for 1 day. But anyway, you understand who is the people. For the next day, what we're doing. But in reality, we have system where you have to do the things. I mean, and you can see how good is the person in his promises. So this is a reputation network. As we're saying, it's a deal generator. The second thing is reputation foresight. It's where we are collecting the dreams of the future of the people. And the third day is also a reputation foresight, but it's like a sort of main circle where we are doing the reflection, because we have a technology that we have the result of this foresight immediately in 5 minutes, because we are using artificial intelligence in our program. We are using ChatGPT, and we are using Telegram bots, something like that. So
this is people working in circles.
Yeah, it's a 5 circles we are doing, and we are giving them not, like you're going for education, or you are going for the money and I don't know, crowdsourcing, No, we are doing abstract tables like what, where, да, Сереж, покажи это. What, where, when, for what, and how. Yeah. So this is like a small circles, and the rule is that in a circle have to be 3 persons, or 5 or 7 or 9. No, better 5, because you are making 5 tables. So it means that for your big circle, it's like 25 persons. So, and every circle do his idea, and we are recording this story for the Telegram as the as a sound, yes, message. And it's immediately made a text, and you know the author of the idea, actually. And the beautiful thing about this, because it's everything is digitalized, so you are having this link for every owner of the idea. This is genius, I'm thinking, you know. This is Sergio as the engineer, as the person who created, he created this year, actually. It was born in last year in August, and we made it already 5 times now, and it works fantastically. But
so what is your final purpose? Is to create communities?
No, create, you see, we first of all create communities. Second is to create from communities co-ops, cooperatives, and that are creating products, you know, business, actually, that is making deals. This is the point. You see, communities, cooperatives, this is the movement now, and this is the projects. Go for the projects, please, Sergio. Go for the projects. Seriously, проекты прыгни. So we're doing sort of, you see, we're having our innovation hub, you know, like, and the main companies of IT solutions for all this story. We have the MVPs, different MVPs, and we are making digital system. Second is АРТЕЛЬ camp. We're doing camps in a city, near the farms. We're starting from Russia. We have now in Tyumen, we will have in a city, is 300 meters. I'm making near the farm, and we're waiting other partners also who are starting here near the Moscow also. And в проект еще прыгни, пожалуйста. В проекты зайди.
I understand. To connect people nearby areas.
Yeah, you see how it looks like the horses. This is the place, my place, where we have there more than 100 hectares of the place, and we're doing this like a camp on a farm. You see, and we're doing everything in co-op principles. So it's like a real touristic small story that you're doing this for not for the children as usually I'm making in my camps, but this we're doing for the families, where a father and his children and mother can come and they can work together, and at the end of the day they share to each other the real money, and they're like paying to each other, and children understand for what they're using, and they can choose what to do, to clean something in a farm, to repair something, or to collect the trash in a forest, whatever. We're already doing this story. This is also like one of the projects. Serеж, еще проекты прыгни projects. So
you're a startup, right? Like you're a startup. You're trying to.
Yeah, it's real startup that have infrastructure, and because I have a lot of experience of that, my camp, English camp in Russia, in Ufa, it's like the biggest one in the Republic, and it's like almost 1,000 children for all the year that are coming for me, 1,000 children. So for me, it's easy to do the project with the families, you know. Also, another project is that we're doing. Нет, Сереж, обратно прыгни, что фестиваль давай. Ну или давай форум, да. Давай. So this is the forum we're doing every 3 months. We're doing internet online forum for 3 days, and there is like a mix of the 3 technologies that we are having. Networking, we have then foresight, no, mostly 2, and we're doing also like a sort of, we have a technology of exercises, you know, how to do the things. You know, you have to get up and just to make different things with your body as also physical story, but mostly it's a networking and foresight. So this is what we're doing, and we are doing festival once a year. We are doing real festival as you, where people really coming together for one place in August. Mostly it's like where we meet each other in the reality for 3 days. This is the project, and here's the sort of parts that he's showing for you. This how we're doing this foresight. You can show. This is the result, actually, what ChatGPT is doing. Не, Сереж, покажи результаты ChatGPT. Вот, куда ты идешь? Вот там есть протокол. Сереж,
это другое.
Протоколы.
Это другое.
Ну и что, покажи.
Это не протокол. Это сейчас я тебе включу. Подожди.
So he will show you the
and what do you have in mind? Yeah, go ahead.
What?
Now, I was going to ask, what do you have in mind in regards to our mutual contribution?
You see, I'm thinking that we have ready technology for all your, we can share with you and your community and the people what we're doing, and we are ready not to involve them as for our community, but we're movement. We are giving these technologies for all the communities. I mean, we can share with all this as the technology.
Yeah, I mean, see.
You see, it's like a look for this report. This is ChatGPT in 5 minutes give you the results of your strategic session. Usually people are waiting the results months or years. Here, 5 minutes.
And you get the results of
strategic session immediately.
Yeah,
as a summary.
I can share this with Joanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can share this with Joanne because she's the one who is organizing the workshops, because we have, these tables, and we have one person at each table who does the summary and reports.
Yeah.
So this is how we handle it.
Nice. And who's doing networking?
Networking is people walk around and network, right? They talk to each other.
No, real technology. I mean, do you have rules of this something? Do you have like a sort of real technology? We understand that networking is just like you are coming, speaking, but nothing like a special, yes?
No.
Maybe.
What we have is like people are going to be sitting at tables with other people to share a specific subject. And so in this case, they will meet the people at their table. They will eventually change tables, and so they'll be meeting a lot of people. So, and there will be, people will be reporting. So there'll be one person at each table to speak to them. So, so this is basically how it works, so I'm not so sure how we can mix that, because that's something that we started last year and it worked in 23, right? And it worked. So I don't know how we can mix that,
No, I mean, like, no problem, Christina. We couldn't mix it. It's just like we're saying that we have this opportunity, and I want you to participate by yourself in March in this story as the international participant. For me, it's very important to show you in reality how it works, because when we are speaking about that, it's just like a abstract story. You see, for me, you have to understand that we're doing this networking in a real way of understanding what it has to be in the reality. Because for us, networking, just like for networking, doesn't work. Networking, it has to be for the project. And that is why we are making this networking as the showing the talents that you have and the products that you can share with the other members of this room, for example, or Zoom room, and this is starting like a sort of making pitch round. You have your 5 minutes, for example. It could be also online and offline. We have a lot of experience. I'm just like telling how we are doing, and it works for 100% because we are sort of making this pitch round. So, and you get it like a small circle in Telegram as your representation of your product to each other. So you are making like a desk where you get all the talents and the products of a community, or just like the people who came today. You didn't know them before. It's like a representation of each other, but as the pitch round. Next, Sergey, it's a transaction chain. We're doing small amounts of the money. We're making like a sort of fund, and we are starting giving these funds and buying the things from each other. And you can buy something only first. You have to sell something. You couldn't buy anything without selling. And the money runs like that. If you are playing like a 30 minutes game by itself, so every 3 minutes, you will get less. Like if it's, for example, in a bank will be $100. So in a bank, it will be less, like 90, 80, 70. Every 3 minutes, it becomes less. It's like Sylvia Gesell principles of damage. And it means that the people understand that they have to be very fast just to throw away this money and to get the real stuff. Money is not a value. And people start, it's like a game. We felt it many times. People become very involved, very excited. They start changing, changing. We are changing everybody, and we are making links that it's a promises. small promises of, for example, I can sell you my how to organize the camp with the children, from what to start, even if you want to make it, things like that. I have a 30 years of my knowing this. I have real business that is making from that. This is also one of my lots. For example, it could be staying in my camp, also a lot. So then we are start co-op round. Yes, we're starting to do to make these promises. I mean, it's not right in a network, it's after, but we have all this ERP system for looking how person is doing his promises. We can see immediately in a system the level of trust between each
profile.
other. Yeah, immediately. Seriously, можешь показать? He will show you how it works.
Yeah, it's through games you end up learning.
Yeah. Look. This is our real. Look, it's a deal. Sergey is like 85 deals. He has how many closed? He closed 64 of them. So it's like how much this dobro is like a sort of local money that he made already, and this is like how he sent it. It's like a little bit different. So next it's me. So you see, I have like 97 deals, but I closed only 35. Not very good, man. But anyway, I have 5 stars because everything that I closed, it's very high quality, and a lot of, for example, lots it's connected with the camps because in a case that there will be in a summer, so I'm waiting. And you can see every person is like more than 100 persons for 1 year that came from a system, and we already can say that this system works. I mean, like because you have to, you know, when you're closing your deal, you need to put these 5 stars. It's like in Uber. We made Uber, co-op Uber. So this is a reputation system. That is why it's like we're starting from that. Here is the place where burn trust between each other, and only after that you can move for the dreams, because we are doing the technology of dragon dreaming. You know this story about Australian Aborigines, where, you know, like they do the technology, and the English guys, he wrote the book about this story, and here you can see how the people are saying everything is cool, not the bullshit, and he's putting like a marks like in time, in positive attitude and openness, and for example operative work, and so it's like a sort of Facebook with a responsibility, you know. Sort of so you are making sort of social
like
network.
Instagram.
Yeah, but not no. Well, okay, some presentation in a network, but with the responsibility for your words. Actually, when this 30 minutes game is playing, in the reality, this is the co-op, how it works in the reality. No money, but we're changing everything, you know, because you can, it's like a 30 times more you are doing these deals than amount of the money in this fund. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So this is
it's
the
quite
way.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that is why I'm thinking that it could be, you know, and this is a very good story that we can do everything online, and we can do everything offline also. It's like it could be on a place, because we're doing it like using a monitor, or we're putting like through the projection for the wall, and we can play in a place, you know, also, and we can do this everything online. And it's
can you send it to me, like send me your website? I'll go through the website and have a look. I don't know how this can work well with what we do. I don't know how, you know, the kind of contribution that we can give, because our event follows a certain pattern, you know.
No. But I'm not saying about your event, Christina. I'm not saying about your event.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna go through, you know, what you do and have a look myself at it, and then we can talk again. And you know, and with, like, as I said, with what I do with my summit, I don't see any relation actually, because you know, it's just something specific on cooperatives, and you know what I just mentioned to you. But let me have a look at it. I'm going to have a meeting now in 1 hour with my team. You know, we have a meeting every week. So 12 noon, I have a meeting, 12 noon my time. I'll have a meeting, and now my boss has just called, so I have to prepare myself for the meeting, which I was going to do before our meeting. Let me take a look at this, and then we see how we can move on. Maybe we can talk again. And also, if you guys want to come and also want to join the community of practice or join, you know, the event in Portugal, it would be very nice to see you there, to have you with us. That would be such a pleasure.
Christina, exactly. That I'm also, of course, I will be participant of all the groups from February. This is for sure. And we are looking for visiting the summit together with Sergio in Portugal.
Oh, that'll be wonderful if you come. Then you have to ask Sergey to make something on artificial intelligence that translates simultaneously. So
and we're doing it will already work in March, because we're preparing this story.
That's something we can use. That's something we can use in our summit for sure. That will be very important for us. For the meetings, if you have something like that, let me know. Maybe we can use it.
And you know, it's an offer also for your 5 guys, to participate in our March event, you know, and to see by yourself
how
this technologies works. I mean, it's very hard. It's really abstractive way, as I'm saying. You will feel, because we are making games. This is real co-op games, but with the real exchange of values that we have. So that is why, for me, it's very important even to have several guys, very high intelligent, who understand the principles. And for me, it's not like I'm selling something. You know, for me, it's very important as a mental thing to be in a connection with this big planet, with the world, you know, with a different city. And we have something that is really cool that we are creating, but we are open for everything that people create. And we can do as if it will be MVPs, for example, or digital things. It could walk through the API, you know, like API. It could be like a microservices in a communities. I mean, we are not asking you to join us as the community, but we can use the same technologies.
Let me go through it. Send it to me, and I'll send you the link to our event too, and then we move on from there. I apologize, but I have to.
Christina, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Very nice seeing you again. Thank you so much. Thank you for the brilliant explanation, but I have to go into more details with that. All righty. See you guys.
See you, Christina. Ciao.
Bye. Ciao.